Hey, what's up? White Bread here with another guide for OP06. This time we are looking at green yellow Yamato. Let's get into it. So first we have our leader. This is the only leader in all the sets so far, and even EB01 that has double attack. So this makes Yamato really aggressive as a leader. Okay, able to do double damage every turn if she hits, if she can attacks. Okay, but she also got a secondary effect, activate main once per turn. If your opponent has 3 or less life, give 2 rested dawn to one of your characters. This is also very powerful because it gives your character additional power and it's rested down, so you can play a card and then give 2 rested down to a character, and later you'll see how it's being used, and it's very easy. She has a condition that you need your opponent to have 3 or less life. Okay, so but it's very achievable with Yamato's double attack going into any leader. Okay, monocolor, dual color, any leader, you will definitely be able to trigger this 3 life or less condition. But you know, because Yamato is the only leader that has double attack, it brings up a few questions about like double attack and effects interaction, because not a lot of decks use double attack as their characters. But now with Yamato, let's look more in depth into how this interaction takes place when she attacks. So the most typical one, when Yamato attacks, the opponent just take 2 life. Okay, so now the complication comes in when you have triggers. So let's take for example, we attack in. Okay, the first life is taken, and let's say it's a trigger. Okay, a trigger will activate first before taking the second life. It activates, in this case is Amaru. We trash 2 from the opponent, trash 2 from their hand, and the trigger resolves, adding 1 card from the top of his deck into the life. When this resolves, okay, you then take the second life. Okay, after taking the second life, if let's say there's a trigger, the trigger resolves. If not, the double attack resolves. Okay, this is how the interaction between double attack and your life triggers occur. So the problem comes in when you have a nail and you do a double attack. Which one resolves first? So now with double attack, we know that the first life is taken. So now the question is, do a nail's effect trigger, or do you take the second life? And the answer is you take the second life first, and the double attack resolves before a nail's effect triggers. So your double attack must resolve first during this interaction. If there's a trigger, the trigger will activate first in between this resolution. So if let's say there's a trigger to stop Yamato for let's say it's a beige. Okay, you stop a character from attacking, the second life is also taken. So a nail's effect does not trigger during this double attack. So until the double attack resolves, a nail's effect activates. And once a nail's effect activates, you trash 1, and then it resolves when you put 1 card onto your life. So that is the interaction between the double attack, a nail, your leader's effect, or any effect that deals with any leader's effect that deals with life or attack. This is how the resolve will take place, and also how triggers interact with the double attack. Okay, so let's look at some of the core cards in the deck. First we have Holy Jones, 7 cost, 8000 power, Fishman, new Fishman Pirates. Okay, his effect is Rush. On play, rest up to a total of 2 of your opponent's character or dawn cards. Then add 1 card to the top of your life to your hand. Okay, so Holy Jones have Rush, very strong already, big body, goes in. You can also add 2 rested down to Holy Jones if you met the condition. And on top of that, on play you get to rest 2 of your opponent's character or Dawn. Okay, total of your opponent's character or Dawn. So 1 Dawn, 1 character, or 2 Dawns or 2 characters you can rest. Okay, typically use it to rest two blocker characters, and then from there you add 1 card from the top of your life to your hand. That one only occurs after the effect resolves. So if you have no life, it doesn't matter, you just take no life. Okay, Holy Jones effect still takes place. So very, very strong character to have in your deck, especially for Yamato. Okay, next core card we're looking at is Onami. Okay, Onami's effect is on play, up to 1 of your leader or character gains banish during this turn. KO and trigger KO up to 1 of your opponent's character with a cost of 5 or less. Very strong effect. With Yamato, you get banish and double attack, so you get double banish, and that's really strong. So when you use Onami and you attach Dawn to your leader and you do double banish, it forces your opponent to trash his hand. Okay, you don't want to take this banish effect, because typically when you double attack in regularly, they will take it as, okay, I just replenish my hand size. Okay, increase my hand size, I got more resources, I can do more. But with banish, they are incentivized to discard their hand to counter your attack for that turn. And if they don't counter, good, it trash into a hand, they are losing resources. Very strong, no triggers, no nothing. Very, very good card. That's why it's a core in the deck. And on top of that, it has a very strong trigger. KO a 5 cost or less character. Most blockers are 5 cost or less. Okay, and you can KO like the most annoying will be Borsellino. Okay, cannot KO during your turn. Okay, you can KO during the opponent's turn when they have Borsellino as a character, as a blocker. Okay, and many other blockers that they have on board. You can activate Onami's trigger, and which opens up your Yamato to attack in. Very, very strong. That's why it's a core for this deck. Okay, next, because of how strong the leader's effect is, so we don't really look, I wouldn't do the standard, oh okay, these are the 2k counters you can add in, these are blockers. We look at an entire package that is given to Yamato, or how you can use these packages with Yamato. So the most straightforward one will be Wano. Okay, Yamato herself as a leader have the Wano typing. Okay, this allows, it's quite simple to transition into an entire Wano package. Okay, having the green Wano cards that is from previous sets and the current OP06 sets, having many strong yellow Wano cards. Okay, like Hiyori, Momonosuke, okay, even, and many versions of Yamato that you can add into this deck. Okay, very, very strong Wano, but the Wano package is a lot about control, a lot about making sure you have a healthy life, healthy hand size. Okay, a lot of control, got blockers and all. So very strong control package that is elevated with Yamato's effect. Next is the Fishman package. The Fishman package, really strong cause you have Holy Jones as a core, and you can use Kami to search for Holy Jones. That makes this deck really consistent. You always will almost definitely draw into Holy Jones, which is your finisher of the deck. And you have a few turns to draw into Holy Jones as well. And on top of that, you have strong cards like Along, stopping from your opponents from attacking, preserving your life, so that you can, the longer that Yamato goes, the more deadly her double attack becomes, because people will start needing to trash more of their hand to defend her higher attack. Okay, and Along allows you to stop your opponent from attacking, preserving your life, and on top you have a 6k body on board. Okay, really, really strong. Okay, so this is so the Fishman package is a lot about like let's go rush into them. Okay, next is Sky PR. Sky PR is a lot about going wide. Okay, going wide with Ohm and Holly. That in making sure your early game is really strong, and also a lot of very strong Sky PR cards with counter or like a Maru to preserve your life. Okay, so but it's a very untested in a way, because a lot of the Yamato decks are looking at the one that won the regionals at the Wano and Fishman. Okay, there's the I think top 16 got people run the Sky PR package, which is really strong. I like Reject a lot in this deck as well. Yeah. Next, we look at some of the tech cards that you can add into your Yamato deck. First, there's a lot of different kind of tech cards that you can add into Yamato deck. Like I said, the leader is really strong, which makes it really adaptable to any cards that you put inside. And green and it have a lot of rest. Yellow have a lot of triggers. So it's up to your playstyle how you want to do. But these are some of the tech cards that I feel that you can use if you like. Okay, the beaters. Okay, heavy hitters that once you drop, your opponent have to remove. If you let them survive for one turn, they become a big threat immediately. It's an exponential growth. Okay, Cracker, once it triggers, it comes down, you have lesser life than your opponent, it becomes daily. Okay, Yamato and Zoro, once it come down, if they don't remove it immediately, next turn they become a big threat. Okay, they have to deal with it right there, right then. Okay, which takes up resources from your hand, and your Yamato is a threat herself. Okay, threat herself. So on top of having beaters, you can have cards that rest your blockers. Okay, ensure that there's nobody is blocking you, because Yamato have double attack, makes her very aggressive. You can go very aggressive if you rest her blockers, your opponent's blockers. Okay, the newest card is Noah's Ark. Okay, it is a trigger, and also the main is once you drop this card, you rest all your opponent's character for that turn. Okay, very strong. Okay, and even though the cost is high, you don't need you can attach 2 Rested Dawn to any of your characters, which give you extra Dawn to hit into your opponent. Very strong. Okay, this is the deck that I'm running currently. I took really long to come up with the Yamato deck, cause like I said, the leader is really strong, so it's very adaptable to a lot of cards. And so I'm testing a lot of different cards to find the playstyle that I like. And I'm naturally a very aggressive player, so this is the build that I decided to go with. Having a lot more beaters in my deck, a lot, and also having Reject to ensure that if let's say I have 1 life, I can always get rid of that life, or if there's 1 blocker, I can always get rid of that blocker. Very strong card to have. And also the 0 cost event card in OP06 that allows you to trash your card and have 3000 power for counter. Okay, this one helps me to eliminate any dead cards on my hand and to preserve my life so that I can go for the finish the next turn. This is the deck list that I settled on. Okay, that is it. I will try to come up with more guides. The next one is ST13, but it takes a bit longer because I like to test them first. Maybe I might do I'm thinking of it, but I'm not very sure, but I might do before it come out, the first day deck, like what will I run to test on day 1. But that is that we will see how, because there's a lot of decks that will be coming out. There will be leaders coming out for EBO1, so I might test it out there. But for ST13, I'm doing the regular. I will test it out first before showing you the deck list and going through how I run it. If not, yeah. Oh, and also Merry Christmas. Hope everybody is enjoying your year. Follow me on TikTok on my bread OPTCG. That's about it. Okay, bye.